Am I the asshole for reporting my boss after he forced me to attend a meeting while I was in labor? Hello, everybody. Welcome to Bad Boss Stories. Am I the asshole edition? So, I don't know if you heard of Reddit or used Reddit, but there's a specific page called Am I the Asshole? And this is a page where people go and write stories about their experiences and they ask for opinions from people, random strangers, about whether they were the asshole. And the thing about having a subreddit like that is that people can use that for all sorts of stories. And some of them are about bad bosses. So I was looking at it a couple days ago and I came across this crazy story. And I would like to dive into it and let's see what we can figure out based on this story. Let's read it. Here we go. So the story is pretty long, so I created a more condensed version of it. But if you would like to read the whole thing, you can just pause to read. Am I the asshole for reporting my boss after he forced me to attend a meeting while I was in labor? I'm 28F and have been working at my company for 5 years. I was 8 months pregnant when this happened. One day, I started having contractions at work. I thought it was just Braxton Hicks, so I kept working. By noon, the contractions were getting stronger and closer together, and I realized I was in labor. I told my boss, John, 45M, that I needed to go to the hospital. He rolled his eyes and insisted I stay for a 1 p.m. meeting. Feeling pressured, I stayed. The meeting lasted 2 painful hours. I barely made it to the hospital where my daughter was born later that evening. My husband was furious and insisted we report John to HR. John was suspended, pending an investigation. It came out that John had emailed the entire office complaining about my lack of commitment and mocking me. Some coworkers are now upset with me, saying I overreacted and ruined John's career. Returning to work after maternity leave has been unbearable. The interim manager resents me, and colleagues isolate me. I feel like I'm back in high school, facing hostility and judgment for standing up for my rights. Am I the asshole for reporting my boss? So this story is a lot. There's no lie about that. So let's break it down. At the core of radical candor, we believe in caring personally and challenging directly. And that means when you're a boss, it's important to show that you care for your employee and also encourage them to grow by challenging them directly. And that is a recipe to be a kick-ass boss. And right now in this story, there are no kick-ass bosses. All we see are assholes that need to be ass-kicked, to be honest with you. John did not really show any signs of caring personally for this employee or her unborn child. This is not just a poor management skill, but also a lack of human decency. He showed very, very big signs of obnoxious aggression. When she expressed concerns about her potentially going into labor, her concerns were dismissed and she was berated. And not only that, it's also encouraging employees to react and act the same way. Like to the point that her coworkers are now isolating her and bullying her for bringing this up to HR is extremely toxic. This is the kind of behavior that creates a climate of fear and intimidation and encourages that kind of behavior, which in this case is obnoxious aggression. And if you know or do not know what obnoxious aggression is when you simply just challenge directly without showing any concern. Radical candor means you still have to care personally for that person and show that you care. So in Reddit speak, you are not the asshole. This story is a reminder of the impact that empathetic and direct communication, or lack thereof, can have in the workplace. It's important for leaders and team members alike to practice radical candor by caring personally and challenging directly, and creating a work environment where everyone feels valued and heard is important. To the person who wrote this, it's deeply unfortunate that you face such a challenging situation. Your bravery and standing up for yourself and your baby is commendable. And remember, you deserve to work in an environment that respects your well-being and values your contributions. I hope that your workplace eventually becomes a more understanding and supportive space. So, what do you think about this through the lens of radical candor? Have you faced something like this before? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below, and don't forget to like and follow for more insights on radical candor and workplace culture.